It's my pleasure to welcome our next speaker to the stage. She's a very dear friend of mine and a legendary marketer, so know that you're in for a treat. We all know that a lot has been changing in Facebook ad land recently, and Molly Pittman, CEO of Smart Marketer, has the secret sauce for boosting your ROAS starting today. She's giving you her 5 proven campaign blueprints that you can use for e-commerce businesses, information products, SaaS businesses, and more. You're getting to tap into her advertising superbrain and see her winning offers, campaign structure, targeting, copy, creative, optimization process, and scaling framework. The stage is yours, Molly.
Hey everybody, Molly Pittman here, CEO of Smart Marketer, and I am so excited to be a part of another AdWorld conference. Shout out to the team at AdWorld. How cool is this, y'all? We get together with thousands of people that nerd out about the same exact stuff that we do virtually. I don't know about you all, but I live in Danville, Kentucky now. This is where I grew up. And there aren't a lot of people that I interface with day to day that want to chat about media buying or that even give a crap about what we're doing in digital marketing and entrepreneurship. So I'm always so grateful and amazed and humbled when I'm asked to be a part of a group like this where so many smart, amazing people are coming together. And I just wanted to say thank you, AdWorld, for having me back. Thank you, AdWorld, for all of the time and effort. We know how much goes into something like this. And I just want to take a moment to say thanks and keep it up. This is absolutely the best advertising event in the world, in my opinion, for what that matters. As I said earlier, my name is Molly Pittman. I'm the CEO of Smart Marketer. I've been in this game 10 years, actually this year, which is wild and crazy and hard to believe. I started out as an intern at a company called Digital Marketer. This is how I got into digital marketing, paid advertising, Facebook and Instagram ads specifically. And now I'm the CEO and co-owner of a brand called Smart Marketer. At Smart Marketer, we produce education, courses, experiences for people just like you guys that are wanting to up-level your digital marketing skills. We also, excitingly, just launched an ads agency, and a lot of the work that we've been doing the last few months and that we'll be doing moving forward is reflected here in this presentation for you all. Now, before we dive in, I wanted to say thank you to you, the listener, the consumer, the attendee. Don't take it lightly that you took the time out of your day to attend this, to sit down, to actually consume information, knowledge, experience, and to go out and implement it in whatever you're doing right now. Whether you're a freelancer, agency owner, marketing professional, or else, I just want to say, way to go. Keep it up. We can never learn enough about this world, especially since it's changing so quickly. So give yourself a little pat on the back for sitting down and taking the time to engage. Again, I'm so grateful for your time, your energy, and your focus over the next few minutes. At Smart Marketer, our motto is simple. It's serve the world unselfishly and profit. And we believe that if you come at business, you come at marketing, you come at life with that particular mindset, you will reach the success that you desire. So promise me right now, all of you that are watching, that you will use the information that I share here in this presentation for good. You'll use this information to actually serve an audience, to help them improve their life, and that you understand that as a result of that, you may have the opportunity to profit, to make money, to grow your business as a result of the help and service that you are providing a particular market. So today, I'm sharing with you 5 super recent case studies of what's working for us in our different businesses, and also some of our students when it comes to Facebook and Instagram advertising. We know that more has changed in this realm over the last year and a half than probably in my entire career so far. So I want to point out that these are super recent case studies, very recent examples, and these are the tactics and strategies that we are using right now. I know as a consumer, as someone that attends a lot of events, I learn best by seeing what other people are doing and then modifying their ideas or taking little nuggets of what I learned from their case studies and applying it to whatever it is I'm working on in that moment. So that is my hope for all of you today, that you will gather a piece of advice or a tactic that we are using in one or all of these case studies, and that you will be able to apply this information into whatever work that you're currently focused on right now. So, are you guys ready? This is going to be exciting. I'm going to show you a lot of details about what's working for us right now in different businesses, different markets, and using different strategies on Facebook and Instagram. So let's go ahead and dive right in. This is Facebook Ads Mastery, Copy 5 Proven Blueprints for 2022 and beyond. I feel like Superwoman or something. I'm going to fly off the edge of the screen. Before we dive in, and just so you understand how I've structured this presentation, I've structured it in 5 different parts. So not only am I going to share 5 case studies with you, I'm also breaking those case studies into 5 different sections to reflect the different elements of a high converting Facebook campaign. And if you can be strong in at least 3 or 4 of these areas in any given campaign, it is highly likely that you will succeed. So for us as entrepreneurs, as media buyers, we're always focused on these 5 items when it comes to a high converting, successful Facebook and Instagram campaign. The first being the offer. So what is it that we are asking consumers to do after they engage with our ad? If your offer isn't something that people want, or it's not presented in a way that's interesting to the market, the campaign's not going to work, right? So offer is and always will be the most important aspect of any marketing campaign. The second is targeting. Are you putting these ads in front of the right market? And are you doing it in a way that Facebook can easily digest based off of their algorithm? The third is copy. Of course, that is the written word. How are you explaining the hook? How are you explaining why your offer is something that the market wants through the written word that you see in the ad? The fourth is creative. So what is that visual representation of your marketing hook? Is it a video? Is it an image? How are you visually representing whatever your marketing campaign truly stands for? And then number 5, which is campaign structure. This is what I call the button clicking, right? This is the more tactical side of the campaign. It's the objective we're using, how many ad sets, how many ads, the attribution window, and more of the tactical side of actually building the campaign. I'll also be sharing those best practices with you today. So let's dive in, y'all. The first example here, campaign number 1, is from one of our mastermind students. His name is Nick Taylor. We love him dearly. The CEO of the Smart Marketer Agency, Pepijn Hoeven. He's Dutch. I tried my best on your Dutch last name there, Pep. He's actually running the next 2 campaigns that I'm going to show you. So also shout out to Pep for the amazing work on these campaigns. So who is this? This is a brand called 47 Skin. It's a British skincare brand that helps solve acne. It helps to, I don't know if you would say solve, but it helps to clear up acne. For this particular campaign, the business objective is customer acquisition. So this is a top of funnel campaign where the goal is to acquire customers at least at break even so that we can grow the business and continue to bring new blood into the business. The offer, or where we're sending the traffic, is a 3-step bundle, anti-blemish and scar repair, 3-step bundle that I'll show you here in a minute. And the results of this campaign: over 1,100 new customers acquired at $43 a piece with a 1.14 ROAS, which we are very happy with top of funnel. This campaign is absolutely doing its job. So here's a visual of the offer and where we're sending the traffic, which is a pretty traditional product page. But just note that we do have a bundle offer. You love bundle. I love bundles. If you've ever learned from me before, you know I love bundles. I especially love bundles for top of funnel acquisition purposes. And this is a fantastic example. So Nick has this marked down a bit, $126 down to $110. And what you receive is 3 products that you use in sequence to help clear up your acne. Pretty simple. So this is what we call the butter chicken, which is a strategy of simply sending traffic directly to a product page when you're selling physical products. It's not something that you can do at extreme scale, but it is a great place to get started. And it's a great way to get from spending about $1,500 a day to more of that $3,000, $4,000, or $5,000 a day range, which Nick was able to accomplish with just this campaign. So next, let's talk about the targeting. And for each of these campaigns, it would take hours to show you all of the specifics when it comes to the targeting. So I'm showing you the top 3 ad sets. The top 3, let's call them targeting groups, that perform the best for this particular campaign. For this one, you can see that it's simple. We're targeting an interest, which is facial. We're targeting people living in the UK because right now that's the focus. We're targeting females, and we're leaving age completely open. If you've learned from me before, you also know how much I love interest targeting, and I love it because it works, especially in 2022. Post iOS, Facebook's algorithm, the machine learning isn't as strong. It's simply not as smart as it used to be. That's okay. If we're willing to do our research and find the interest where our market's hanging out, the interest that our competition hasn't thought to target, we can still win on this platform. Now, facial is a pretty broad interest in my book, but I also want to overlay the context here that this is only running in the UK. So for those of you that have more geo restrictions than others, maybe you're just selling in a city or state, maybe you're selling in a smaller country like the UK, you might have to leverage broader interests like facial so that you can increase that audience size. So you see here that our estimated audience size is between 8 million and 9 million people. Right now, especially when we're just starting, we're really trying to hit an audience size of about 5 to 10 million people per ad set. So Nick has absolutely hit the sweet spot here. At scale, we're obviously using larger audience sizes, but I just wanted to throw in that nuance that that is our sweet spot right now. So Nick needed to use a broader, bigger interest like facial because he does have that UK limitation. The next ad set that I wanted to show you guys is pretty much the same thing, just leveraging 2 different interests. The first being concealer and the second being foundation. So, wanting to reach people who have something to hide, right? If you're using concealer, if you're using foundation, there's a chance that you have acne or you have scars that you are trying to hide. Why not go to the root of the problem and actually purchase our product so that you can clear up that acne? The next ad set here, again, very similar. We're just changing out the interest, the first being Elle magazine and the second being Vogue magazine. Again, these are broader interests than we would traditionally recommend, but they are where our audience is hanging out, and it gives us another great audience size here on this ad set. Okay, so now let's talk about the ad. Let's talk about the copy and creative, what consumers actually see in their newsfeed. So for each of these case studies, I'm going to show you the winning ad. Of course, this doesn't mean that this is the only ad in every case that's within this particular campaign. This is just the ad that has produced the highest volume of results for the particular campaign that I'm showing at the time. And I want to point out something that's really special about this particular ad that we're about to play. The first being something that I mentioned earlier. Nick, for a year or two, has been struggling to scale past the $1,000 to $2,000 a day spend mark profitably or at break even. And we've been working with Nick to explain the idea of native advertising, right? Not wanting to look like an ad, really wanting to tell stories so that we can resonate with the audience and not look like a big brand. We've also talked to Nick about ways that he can be different in his market, how important it is to use messaging and hooks that other brands in your market aren't using. It's obvious that if his targeting is on point, these people are wanting to clear up their acne and their scars, but they don't want to hear the same thing that every other big brand is saying in this particular market. So a few weeks ago, Nick creates the ad that you're about to see. He doesn't know if it's going to work. Pep gets it spun up in the campaign that I'm sharing here. And this one ad is what has allowed him to actually start to scale to where he wants to be. Now, it doesn't mean that this one ad is going to get him where he wants to be forever, right? But I just want to point out the importance of this ad and the profound effect that it's had on this business. And you better believe that we're noting this now, and we're in the process of creating as many similar but slightly different ads as we possibly can to allow Nick even more scale here. So the copy, why the traditional cosmetic industry breaks the bank without clearing acne and blemishes. So he's taking a counter approach to the market. He's basically saying, hey, the traditional cosmetic industry, where you have gone to try to solve this problem in the past, they're crap. It doesn't work. Not only does it cost you a lot of money, it doesn't actually solve the problem that you have. So one reason that this ad works so well, of course, is that hook. And then it's highlighted almost like a headline at the beginning of the ad. I also love how the rest of the copy, which I'm not going to read to you verbatim, has very much a story feel. You can hear Nick's voice. Again, it doesn't sound like an ad. It's just a guy showing up in your newsfeed, taking a counter approach to the rest of the brands in the market and being authentic and honest with the consumer. So let's go ahead and watch this video of Nick.
This is why you can't cure your acne. Let me explain. So I've just come out of a premium skincare store in London. I wanted to see what they'd recommend for acne and scarring. You'd think an expensive store like that would be able to solve the problem with ease, right? Wrong. So wrong. There's so much choice. Even as a skincare founder, I couldn't make head nor tail of the products and the brands. I said to the consultant, hey, I suffer from acne and blemishes. What would you recommend? I was first recommended a French brand for cleanser and toner. I was told they contained some kind of acids. I was then offered a completely different brand which contained something, but it wasn't explained to me what that was and how it could help my skin. I then said, will this help my acne scars? She said, no, for that you'll need something completely different. You'll need a thick scar treatment, but be warned, it's really expensive and it's thick, so it could break your skin out more. Huh? Total cost, £243. And what happens if they don't work? Can I have my money back? No. Come back and I can make some more recommendations for you. This really is a travesty. You're already suffering and this only makes it worse. 47 Skin, we have a unique ingredient, silver chitoderm. It'll clear your acne and heal your scars. You only need to start with one of our products, our serum. It's £29. And we offer 100% no quibbles money back guarantee. This is how it should be and why we've sold hundreds of thousands of bottles and helped hundreds of thousands of people. Click the link below to find out more. Thanks.
How awesome is that, y'all? And how simple. It's something that every one of us out there as a marketer could either create ourselves or have the founder, someone that's working for a company, create. And all it takes is sharing an experience. That was a real experience. Everything Nick was sharing there was completely true. And basically, he's relating to the audience because they have had similar experiences. And then his product is the solution or vehicle that is going to be better and different from the traditional approach that they might have taken in the past. Absolutely brilliant, something that we can all use for the brands that we work with. So now let's talk about the campaign structure. How did we set this up? Because those are the specifics that all y'all ask about, which I love. So first, let's talk about the objective. For this campaign, we optimize for conversions and we optimize for purchases because that's what we wanted. The budget was actually set at ABO, so we're using ABO as our budget optimization. We're setting the budget at the ad level, and PEP started these at $100 a day per ad set. This is also something to note. Post iOS, as you'll see here, has resulted in almost all of our campaigns, even top of funnel campaigns like this, reverting back to the use of ABO to give us more control. That's just what's working best for us right now. In terms of number of ad sets, PEP has 20 ad sets in this particular campaign. That's not necessarily where it started, but since this video has really taken off and we've had so many good results, he's been doing a lot of horizontal scaling and adding new ad sets in to show this high performing ad to more audiences for scale. Attribution settings, we're using 7-day click, 1-day view for this particular campaign, and number of ads. This is the shocking part. This is the only ad in this campaign that's generated almost 1,200 brand new customers for Nick. Obviously, this isn't our best practice. We recommend starting with at least 2 to 4 ads in each ad set, but this is proof that if you'll take the time to sit down and create one amazing native ad, it can get you further than you might think. And then, as I said, we're working with Nick right now on brainstorming other ways that we can communicate this same hook that we know the market resonates with. So shout out to Nick, and hopefully this campaign was useful and valuable to all of you. All right, y'all, campaign number 2, coming in hot and heavy. This is another one of our mastermind students and also an ad account that PEP runs. It's a brand called WinPro, and this is a pet brand. I actually have a dog sanctuary on my farm here in Kentucky, and dogs and pets are really near and dear to my heart. So this brand is even more special to me. The owner, Tim, is an amazing human, and I absolutely recommend if you have a dog, check out WinPro. They can absolutely benefit from their products. So the business objective for this campaign is the same as it was for Nick. We're going for customer acquisition, and we're looking to sell physical products here. The offer is allergy chews. So a canister or multiple canisters, as you'll see, of chews that help dogs with allergies. If you guys don't know this, dogs suffer from allergies just like we do as humans. So there's a lot of scratching and red eyes and suffering that comes from allergies. So they solve a really big problem. This particular campaign resulted in 999 customers, one short of 1,000, which they probably reached since I pulled this data this morning, at $45 cost per acquisition, which is amazing for 2022, at break even, a 1 return on ad spend. So really successful top of funnel campaign for this particular brand. So as I said, the offer is a canister of allergy chews, but also notice that they have the option to have 2, 3, or 6 canisters, and they also have a subscription option. So we're focused on the allergy. They have lots of other products for joint health and for calming, but right now we're focused specifically on this allergy product. And again, we're executing the butter chicken, as we call it at Smart Marketer, for e-commerce brands that are just getting started, just starting to scale out. We're sending this top of funnel traffic directly to the product page. Now let's talk about targeting. And this is going to look very similar to Nick's, but now we're trying to reach the dog market. So these are the 3 ad sets that are performing the best. And again, notice that all of these are interest-based. We haven't seen any broad or open targeting yet, and we haven't seen any lookalike audiences. Not that those aren't still performing okay for us, but again, as a result of the iOS updates, as a result of Facebook not being as smart as it used to be, most of our top of funnel strategies are moving back to interest-based targeting. This first one is targeting German Shepherds. They have lots of ad sets targeting different breeds. So this specific one is German Shepherds with gender and age open, focused on the United States. This is the best performer so far. This next one, same thing, just new interest. This one being puppy love, which is an interest that they found through a lot of research. So pretty self-explanatory, US, all ages, all genders, targeting puppy love, which I didn't know was an interest, and now I do. And then last but not least, along the same lines of the German Shepherd targeting, we've switched that out for Golden Retriever and going after another breed. So lots of interest targeting in this campaign, and these are the ones that are performing best. So now let's quickly talk about the winning ad here, which is actually an image ad. You guys ask all the time, Molly, is image better than video? You can't answer that. They both reign equal. In every campaign possible, every ad set possible, try to have images and video. That will allow you to take advantage of more placements on Facebook's platform, more inventory on Facebook's platform. So we don't see images as better than video or video better than images. We're trying to use both so that we can make the most out of the campaign. Look at the insane amount of social proof here. This is a huge reason that this ad is performing so well. And I would call this an education hook. So explaining to people why dogs might be suffering the way that they are from allergies. All three of my dogs suffer from allergies. They were constantly biting, licking, or trying to scratch their backs on the floor. 2 days after I got these, it all ceased. I'm not kidding. I'm very impressed and subscribed to keep them coming in. We love opening with words of customer. Again, it feels native. It feels like it belongs. It helps with social proof, helps with people responding. And it's a very eye-catching way to open an image. I love the simple ad copy here. A lot of the ad copy we're using nowadays is simply words of customer. And then now with the image, we have more of that education hook, fast relief from the dog's itching and scratching. And then we're doing some different education around the product here with the different points made on the ad, which again, this image really lends itself to being shared, as you can see here with over 2,000 shares. This is something that dog owners also want to share with their friends and educate their other dog owner friends about. So really, really good ad here from WinPro. And then let's talk about the campaign structure. We're still using conversion purchase here because that's what we want. ABO starting at $50 a day. So started with a bit lower of a budget here than we did with Nix. 23 ad sets now because Pep has been doing a bunch of scaling to new audiences. Same attribution settings, 7-day click, 1-day view. And for this campaign, there are 3 ads. So the image that you saw, and then 2 other videos, which I'm sure you can see if you look up WinPro on Facebook ad library. They're always running good stuff over there. But this is the WinPro allergy relief campaign. Hopefully this is helpful to you guys. All right, campaign number 3, y'all. We're switching it up a little bit and bringing it back to us at Smart Marketer. So changing things up, we're now speaking about an info business. So the past 2 businesses were e-commerce businesses that are scaling. We're now here with an info business, and our goal is lead generation and to acquire new customers through the sale of information products, which again is mainly what we do at Smart Marketer. The offer here is a lead magnet that we call the Love Demo Love template, something you might want to opt in for later. It's essentially our best performing Facebook ad template that utilizes user-generated content and allows us to keep new creatives constantly pumping in to our accounts. So This is giving people the opportunity to opt in for this particular Facebook ad template that we offer and that we use ourselves. Of course, there's an entire funnel there. We sell a $397 product for $197. And then we also make an offer for our bigger ads training, which is $1,500. So that's the rest of the funnel here for those of you guys that were wondering about that. The results, really happy with this. Over 4,000 leads at $5.65 a piece. So not only is this profitable for us at Smart Marketer, this is also allowing us to build our email list and is the absolute best top of funnel strategy if you have an info business. I also want to call out this cost per lead. Isn't that awesome for 2022, especially in a B2B market? I'm really happy with this cost, and this goes to show that things can still work in 2022 post all of the iOS updates. So the offer, as I said, Love Demo Love ad formula. This is a simple opt-in page that we built through my business partner Ezra Firestone's piece of software called Zipify. We can get you guys a link to this if you want, but it's a simple opt-in page promoting the template, and all people have to do is enter their name and email address to get the template. And this is something that people really want. So keep in mind, offer is always the most important part of the campaign. If no one wanted this lead magnet, if we didn't put the time and effort that we did into the creation of this lead magnet, none of the rest of it would matter. So this is our best performing lead magnet at Smart Marketer. So the targeting is, again, very simple, very similar to what you saw in the other ad accounts. Here, again, we are leveraging interest targeting. Now, for this particular example, you see that we're targeting 2 interests, digital marketing or Chris Ducker. You see that the estimated audience size is much larger than that $5 to $10 million range that 5 to 10 million person range that I mentioned earlier. And that is a function of where we are in this business and with this particular campaign. We are scaling this campaign. We are no longer testing. We're no longer figuring it out. We are in scale mode. And so PEP is using mostly audience sizes over 10 million people because we're ready to get this out into the world in a big way. So you can see that we're targeting interests where you guys are hanging out. Interests like digital marketing or influencers like Chris Ducker. Here you can see we're targeting search engine land, marketing pros, Facebook for Business, Search Engine Journal, Outbrain, Jay Abraham, Screw the 9 to 5, or Buffer. So all are authority figures, resources, or tools that we know that our market is using, where we know that they'll be hanging out on this platform. You can also see here Shailene Johnson, Darren Rouse, Jasmine Starr, Ali Brown, MailChimp, Moz, John Loomer, or Life on Fire. I'm sure a lot of you guys know a lot of these people or a lot of these tools, and that's good, right? That's on purpose. That's why this is working so well. And again, you see here an audience size of over 15 million people to give Facebook plenty to work with. The winning ad for this campaign was also an image ad, which makes me really happy. You can see, again, it's a very native style image taken on a cell phone of Ezra sitting at his desk, looking super happy, looking like he's knowing what he's doing in the e-commerce space. We're opening with, after spending millions on ads over the last years, the most asked question I get is, Ezra, if there's just one ad that I should run, what is it? So again, we're opening with that very conversational, that very native, that very personal ad copy that looks like it belongs in the newsfeed. This looks like you magically became friends with someone named Ezra Firestone on Facebook today, and bam, you're seeing one of his posts. That's exactly what we're going for on any social network. The rest of the copy, again, is still conversational and really builds the need for that vehicle, which is the Love Demo Love lead magnet. Campaign structure on this one. Optimizing for conversions, but now we're optimizing for the lead standard event. This is also ABO starting at $100 a day per ad set. but this could have started at $10, $20 a day since we're optimizing for leads and still performed well out of the gate. Only 6 ad sets here. That's also a function of this market being smaller than the other markets that you've seen. Attribution settings are the same, 7-day click, 1-day view, and 3 ads in this particular campaign, 2 of them being image ads and 1 being a video ad. So something else to note is that if you've learned from me before, you'll notice that we are using a smaller amount of ads than we ever have in each ad set. That's okay. Again, this is a function of the changes that resulted with the iOS updates. And we found that, 2 to 4, maybe even 2 to 5 ads. It's a really nice sweet spot to give Facebook enough assets to work with, but to not overwhelm their system. So really happy with this campaign. It's been the main driver of leads and new customer acquisition for Smart Marketer over the last few months. So thanks, Pep, for rocking out another amazing campaign here for us. All right, y'all, campaign number 4. I know I'm throwing a lot at you. I'm pumped up. My heart's beating fast. I hope you're getting a lot out of this. I love showing you guys wins. Hoping you're getting lots of ideas here for the work that you do. Campaign number 4, switching things up again. Now we're talking about Boom by Cindy Joseph, which is my business partner Ezra Firestone's brand. This is a makeup brand that serves women over the age of 50. This is something that Ezra started over 10 years ago that he's grown to over $50 million a year in revenue. We're so proud of him and we're so lucky to get to work with this brand as a testing ground. The business objective here, customer acquisition, selling physical products is a way to bring new customers into the business. The offer here is a pre-sale article, which we actually haven't seen yet here in this presentation. So we're not doing the butter chicken. Boom is past that. We are at a level of scale now with this brand where we're mostly leveraging offers like a pre-sale article to start the conversation with the market and then hopefully convert them into a customer. The results, and this is just over the past few weeks, y'all, over 4,000 purchases at a $58 CPA, 1.2 ROAS. We're really happy with this, especially since the lifetime value of the customer is 4 or 5 times higher than this. So this is just to acquire the customer, and we know the rest of our machine is there to ensure that we're increasing the customer lifetime value over time. So again, a top of funnel acquisition campaign. This is the pre-sale article. You may have seen it before. This is the same article we've been running most of our top of funnel traffic to for about 5 to 7 years. We just can't beat it, y'all. We can't beat it. And it works. And again, a reason that it works is that it calls out the audience while also starting a conversation and giving them education and entertainment before we actually ask them to buy. So we're giving them 5 quick makeup tips for their specific age, their stage in life right now. And then of course, transitioning the conversation later in the pre-sale article to actually sell Boom's products. The targeting here is different from what you've seen in the last 3 campaigns. I'm here to tell you that especially with a brand like Boom and at the size of scale that they are, you can still use broad or open targeting, whatever it is that you want to call it, especially if you have enough pixel data. So this particular campaign has only 1 ad set, and it's targeting all women over the age of 50 in the United States, and just excluding people who have purchased from us in the past. So again, I'm here to tell you that at scale, broad targeting can still work in 2022, and it produced all of the results that you see here within this campaign. The winning ad is a little bit under 5 minutes, so we don't have time to play it for you guys. We'll definitely get you a link. But guess what? The winning ad is leveraging the Love Demo Love Formula template that we teach at Smart Marketer. So it's essentially a compilation of a bunch of user-generated content like the beautiful woman that you see here on my screen, who's talking about Boom and the change that it's made in their life. So we're basically mashing a bunch of UGC, a bunch of testimonials together to tell a story and to really create an authentic and genuine desire for the product. So this is the winning ad. And again, of course, we'll get you guys a link of this. So the campaign structure, of course, conversions, purchases, that's what we want. Budget here is actually CBO. So this is the first time that you've seen CBO here in this training. CBO still works, but CBO really only works if you are at extreme scale like Boom is here at the top of the funnel. And you can see that. This campaign started at $13,000 a day. Shout out to our CMO at Boom and the media buyer, Boris. He's been rocking out Facebook ads on this brand for over 10 years now and coming in heavy, starting this at $13,000 a day. I love it. And as I said, there's only one ad set here. So it doesn't mean that he isn't creating other CBO campaigns, targeting interests, targeting lookalikes. But for this particular campaign, we're focusing on broad targeting and letting Facebook do the work. Attribution settings for this one is different than the others. We're one-day click here, and we actually have 11 ads in each ad set in this campaign. And I'm showing you this also to say it's okay to have that many ads if you have that many assets that you want to use. Luckily, again, Boom's been doing this for so long that we have a bunch of ads that have worked over the years that we're able to use the same post ID and continue to launch along with the new creative and copy that we're working on, every single month. So 11 ads in this campaign, about half of them were new and half were leveraging older post IDs and social proof and ads that have worked in the past. So this was campaign number 4, probably the biggest heavy hitting top of funnel campaign that I have here in this presentation today. All right, y'all, campaign number 5. Last but not least, I know I'm coming up against time. Thank you guys for your attention. Thank you for the love. This one is also from Boom by Cindy Joseph, but this is a retargeting campaign. Top of funnel will always be the most important, but have to throw a little retargeting in here too. The goal of this campaign is to increase customer lifetime value. The offer here is essentially, hey, you bought one of our products. Would you like to buy another different product? And you'll see this here in our setup. The results, $41,000 spent, $93,000 in return. So we were able to make a little over 50K here on this particular campaign, 2.3 ROAS, which we're really happy with. So the targeting here is simple. There are only 3 ad sets here in this campaign. And this is something that any brand with multiple products can do to try to cross-sell or upsell consumers who have purchased from you in the past. And it's a really simple setup that you see here. We're basically targeting a custom audience of people that bought Trio or Color or Bright, which are 3 of our best-selling products. So you've purchased 3 of our best-selling products in the last 365 days, but you haven't purchased Gloss, which is another product that we have. So we're targeting everyone that purchased our 3 top products, but they didn't purchase Gloss. So this is a really nifty way to retarget buyers and to get them interested in another product. You can see here in the next ad set that we're doing the same thing, just people that bought Trio or Color, but never bought Bright, which is our mascara. So you bought one of our top selling products, but you never purchased our mascara. And then here, same but different. You bought Color or Trio in the last year, but you never purchased Silk, which is our moisturizer. So this is, again, an amazing way to continue to run more dynamic audience campaigns that are going to allow us to cross-sell and upsell folks who have purchased in the last year. And the winning ad, which is, again, a longer ad, we'll give you guys the link to this, is actually an ad for Boom Bright, which is the mascara. This is the ad that generated the highest volume of results, the highest volume of purchases in this particular campaign. And this not only mixes cool design, like you see here in the screenshot, but this also includes UGC, face of customer, and it's essentially a promotional video for our mascara. Since this person has already engaged with the brand, they're much more likely to stop and to consume our ad. So we can start to look a little bit less native and a little bit more like an ad that they're happy to see in their newsfeed. So this video ad was our highest performer, and the campaign structure on this was very simple. Still optimizing for conversions and purchases. ABO, this is really important. You want control of your budget at the ad set level for this because you want to make sure each audience is getting the reach that you're looking for. So ABO starting at $100 a day per ad set. If you have smaller retargeting audience sizes than we do, you don't have to launch with this large of a budget. 3 ad sets, as I mentioned earlier. We're using the 7-day click attribution settings here, and there are 12 ads in this campaign, really for the same exact reason that I mentioned earlier with Boom. We have so many amazing assets to work with. Why not use them? So again, shout out to Boris for doing such an amazing job on this particular account. Y'all, that was campaign number 5. That means we've made it through all of the case studies for today. Again, I just want to say thank you. I love you guys. I love AdWorld. I hope you got a lot out of this presentation. I know I learn best by seeing what other people are doing. So even if you just got one tip, one trick, one little golden nugget from this campaign, that would bring me so much happiness, so much excitement. Let me know on Instagram at Molly Pittman Digital. I'm always around to chat with you guys, hear what you have to say about my presentation. Again, thank you so much for having me, AdWorld. Thank you guys for your time and attention. I wish I had 6 hours to chat with you guys today. We could go down so many different rabbit holes, but I hope you enjoyed this session. I appreciate you so much, and we'll see you next time.